Talking Jaspers Baseball Special Edition. It is episode 10.2. Coach Dave Miller, and we had to do this today in the wake of that epic win on Tuesday against Stony Brook. For you, 3 days later, what's the most memorable part of that game?
Well, it's the fact that they didn't quit. I mean, I've been around this game a long time, and when a team puts up 4 runs in the top of the ninth, it's very easy to have a team get deflated and call it a day. But, it's probably one of the rare times I've seen a team go up 4 in the top of the ninth and then the home team score 5 in the bottom of the ninth and walk them off. So it was just really good to see that the guys played hard 1 through 9 and never lost the fight.
Yeah, and you say 1 through 9, but it was more than that because you brought up in the bottom of the ninth inning with the base open, a pinch hitter, a guy who hadn't played since March the 10th, who'd only been taking batting practice for the last couple of weeks as he recovers from his ankle injury. Talking about Jack Lynch, what was the impetus for putting him up, especially in that spot?
Well, I mean, I don't know how smart it was when you look back, but we knew that he was cleared to hit, and we had to put him in a position where at no time would he run. We had Ryan Eaton up before him, and I had him to hit for Ryan Eaton, but there was still 1 out with a run on first, so I said, no chance you're hitting him. But Ryan flew out to give us 2 outs, and the situation called for Jack, where he could hit for Ryan Ash in the ninth inning, and he had one job, and it was go hard, go yard. Unfortunately, they walked him, and he got to walk the first base, and we got him right out. But I look back, I probably won't do that again. He is a pro career kid, and I don't want to put him in a situation where we can hurt him. But it was fun to see. I think it really energized the guys to see him get up there and take some action.
Yeah, and interestingly, I mentioned it during the broadcast, he would have had a Billy Buckner moment if he hit it out. Doesn't matter how long it takes to get around the bases. If you remember back to that World Series game in '88, Kirk Gibson against the Dodgers, or for the Dodgers against the A's back then. The other thing we saw earlier in the inning, the ground ball to second base, when you scored the tying runs, little shades of Billy Buckner in that one.
I mean, it's unfortunate for Stony Brook second baseman. I mean, it just, you don't want to see that with anybody. It was fortunate for us that the ball trickled through. We got to tie the game up, and then we were able to go ahead and, do our Kirk Gibson moment. It was exactly what I told Jack, when he got up there. I said, this is your Kirk Gibson moment. Go hit it out of the ballpark or come back and see me and have a seat, because that's really what it was. And, it was just a great win for the team. Hopefully that can jumpstart us for the next couple of weeks. We have some big rivalry games here in the MAC, and this is a chance we go out and win a series.
Yeah, before we turn to Marist this weekend, if you hadn't won the game, I think the 6 errors and 12 left on base would probably still be stuck in your craw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times we have these shows, but I think we're always talking about a bad first inning. And I think, again, it was another 4-run first inning on, when you look at it, it was a couple mistakes and, a missed pop-up and, and the next thing you know, you're down 4-0. So, yeah, I mean, it's the inconsistencies is what's going to frustrate me as a coach, because we go out there every day and the first 45 minutes of practice, they're taking hundreds of ground balls and hundreds of fly balls and throwing across the diamond and working on their craft, and it's just mistakes happen and that happens, but we got to keep working to minimize the mistakes. We could have been out of that inning in the first inning on 7 or 8 pitches.
Well, yeah, you had the first play of the game, the ground ball that snuck under Trevor's glove at third. You had the pop-up in foul territory over here that nobody wound up getting to. The other big moment in the game, at least could have been, it turned out not to be, but that play at third base where Hansen put the tag on the runner going from second to third, and somehow the guy got called safe. What was the explanation umpires gave you?
Well, the umpire said he missed the tag, and
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but
well, it was also one of those situations where it was a double play situation. You know, we thought we tugged the runner going from second to third, and we threw across to first to get the double play. We're out of the inning, and you know, the umpire said that he missed the tag at second, and then Alfredo pulled his foot early at first, and you know, it's one of those moments where I had to really sit back and, do I really want to get thrown out of this game right now? And I didn't, and you know, so I took their reasons, and I went back to the dugout. But luckily, we had Jack Mahoney. It really fired him up, and he struck out the next two guys. So I think that was a moment that really, you know, J-Mo put that on his back, and he says, "No worries, guys, I got this." And you could tell on the radar gun that his velo ticked up about 3 miles per hour per pitch.
and butterfly effect. What if you hadn't been able to watch that ninth inning from here in the dugout? That would have been something. Let's talk about Marist this weekend. Obvious question: what do you guys do for an encore, especially in Game 1 today?
Well, we just got to go out and play our game. I mean, we have Will Hesselink on the mound. He's given us three quality starts in his last 3 outings. You know, outside of a couple of first inning, you know, blunders. But you know, I'm hoping that what happened on Tuesday can really rally these guys, and they can start to put together some quality at bats. You know, as a team. You know, not just, you know, maybe Frank today and Pete today, and then Hanson and Santos tomorrow. I'm hoping that 1 through 9 can come in and do their job. You know, we're home again. The guys love to be at this ballpark. You know, it's a beautiful, warm, sunny day. We just got to go out and play baseball, and you know, anything can happen in the MAC. I think we're all pretty much relatively similar teams, and if we can just go out and play clean baseball, you know, hold them, win the free base award, what we always talk about, we could have a good day.
All right, good luck this weekend. Appreciate the time as always.
Yep, my pleasure.
The head coach of the Jaspers, Dave Miller. We've been talking Jaspers baseball, this special edition here at Clover Stadium ahead of today's first of 3 games against the Marist Red Foxes. From the Jaspers dugout here at Clover Stadium, it is a special edition of Talking Jaspers Baseball, episode 10.2, if you will. I'm Mark Renee alongside the ultimate hero from Tuesday's ridiculous win over Stony Brook. What else can you call it? Frankie Marinelli. They just called you Frankie Walkoff. How's that feel?
It's awesome. It's awesome to get a good win like that. Long game, you know. Good to see the guys battle it out.
All right, we'll get to what you did in just a second, but to recap the game, 4-0 down in the first inning. It was 6-2. It was 9-2. You come back and tie it up on your home run in the sixth inning. Your first collegiate home run, but it's not just your first college home run. It was your first home run in what, like your entire teenage years?
Yeah, it's been a while, probably since that counted at least since maybe middle school. But you know, I saw that we were down 3. I saw 2 guys on. I was ready for a pitch that I liked, and I was ready to just take it deep, man. That's what I did.
All right, so you hit the ball, and it didn't look like you needed directions around the bases. So when you hit it and you know it's going out because you put it up in the jet stream with the wind blowing out, when did you know it was gone?
I had a feeling right off the bat, honestly, but I didn't want to take any chances, so I was running hard out of the box. And then when I saw it was gone, I went right to the dugout, and I tried to fire them up a little bit.
Yeah. All right, so fast forward to the ninth, you go down 13-9, and again, this has been just a ridiculous game. All kinds of different things happening. Missed tags at third base, or at least missed calls on tags at third base. 6 errors, 12 men left on base. There's just been, a lot going on in this game. You started it, bottom of the ninth, with a walk. You come around to score. You come up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. It's a tied game. At the very least, you're going to go to 10. You take a 1-1 pitch that was, we'll be kind and say it was borderline, and I think the just called it a strike. I mean, it was a very late call, and in fact, the pitcher for Stony Brook was into his next delivery already when he made the strike call. I mean, it was. We're not exaggerating. It was just ridiculously late. Anyway, it's a 1-2 count. What did you see, and what did you do with it?
Well, it's funny. Earlier when I scored, I started doing the math, and I was like, there's a chance that I can get up. Like, bases loaded, 2 outs, tie game, and I'm going to win us this game. But 1-2, I was just thinking about getting my foot down early, just putting the ball in play, trying to do something for our team. Because I told some of the guys I was going to win us this game, so I couldn't let them down. I had to do something with it. But fastball outside, just kind of wanted to go with it, take it that way.
And I saw from upstairs, right off the bat, there was no way third base or short would get it, so you had to know too.
Oh yeah, I knew it. I threw the bat to our dugout, I was yelling at him, and our first base coach was like, touch the base, touch the base. But it was awesome.
All right, so middle school, the last home run you hit that counted. When was your last walk-off before Tuesday?
Honestly, I couldn't even name it. I don't know.
Wow.
Couldn't even name it.
All right, well, Frankie Walkoff, it'll be there for a little while. Before we let you go, got to talk about Jack Lynch, who had not played a game since March the 10th. He comes up as a pinch hitter with the base open. First of all, did you guys know he was available to play? Because he's only been taking batting practice for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we've been seeing him take some swings. We know he's itching to get out there, but we knew there was a slight chance, but perfect opportunity for him. But it was awesome to see him out there all night and get him back out there.
And of course, no sooner did he get to first base than the pinch runner came out and Nick flew to replace him. Let's talk about reaction from the guys after that game. Again, I'm not sure anybody really might have expected that you would come back and win. Now, granted, when you come back from 9-2, you tie it up in the 6th inning. Still a lot of baseball left to be played. But when you go down 13-9 in the 9th inning, I think a lot of times teams are going to let their shoulders slump and feel dejected, especially in a season that hasn't gone the way you wanted. But what was the feeling in this dugout during that bottom of the ninth? And then what was the feeling afterwards, in the afterglow, once they've, celebrated in center field with you and everything else, and on the ride back to campus?
Yeah, we were just trying to replicate what we did earlier, a few innings before, just never feel like we're out of it, always staying together. And the thing that's great about this group, it was me that hit it, but everybody was cheering like it was their own hit. And everybody's here with me, behind me, and I do the same thing if there was anybody else. So it was great. Go off on a high and be ready to dominate this weekend.
Yeah, speaking of this weekend, 3 games against MAC rival Marist. What do you guys do for an encore?
We're just going to play our game, play together, try to just do what we can to win the series.
All right, brother. Appreciate the time. Thanks. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
That is Frankie Walkoff, Frankie Marinelli, and we'll have Coach Dave Miller coming right up on this special edition of Talking Jaspers Baseball from Clover Stadium.